This is Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search for my site. I'm in Union City, New Jersey, 42nd and Bergen line in a park. Parks are usually synonymous with niños. This park is for it's exclusively used by adult men. Seems an appropriate place for my message. This audio message has two target audiences. First, the people who are not convinced Cosby is a serial rapist. And who are willing to be convinced with a very short investment of time. Second, victims who face social pressures to remain silent. People who remain unconvinced of Cosby's crimes seem to expect Cosby's defense stated by his attorney in the press. Cosby's attorney. Lawsuits are filed against people in the public every day. Cosby's attorney continues. There has never been a shortage of attorneys willing to represent people with claims against the rich and powerful. Cosby's attorney. It makes no sense that not one of these new women who just came forward for legal claims back in the time they alleged that they've been sexually assaulted. Cosby's attorney. The situation is an unprecedented example of how the media's breakneck rush to run stories without any corroborating evidence or adherence to traditional journalistic standards. Cosby's attorney. It's long past time for the media's vilification of Mr. Cosby to stop. Cosby's attorney. We've reached a point of absurdity. The stories are getting more ridiculous. Cosby's attorney. Cosby's latest accuser is a lawyer who has been disciplined by the California State Bar and has been ordered not to practice. Some excerpts from the aforementioned Cosby attorney comments. Unprecedented, absurd, makes no sense. Media misbehavior, abundance of lawyers motivated to sue the rich. The attorney also makes counter accusations. Cosby's accuser has been disciplined by the bar. Numerous victim accounts tell pressure to remain silent. Who's going to believe me? And the fear of facing counter accusations and Cosby's attorney's statements in the press is a realization of what they feared. One who hears any one of the 6 video testimonies on NY Mag and considers why these women claim they remain silent, and then considers how their fears were realized in the words of Cosby's attorney, nada más. People willing to be persuaded should have enough. One who hears any one of the 6 video testimonies on NY Mag considers these women, why they claim they remain silent, and then considers how their fears were realized. In the words of Cosby's attorney, not a must. People willing to be persuaded should have enough. With the 6 vids, NY Mag, and the explanation of silence. To the victims who face social pressure to stay silent, many of the people accused have vanished from your life. Making a public accusation would only make the perpetrator return, which in itself represents a penalty you're not willing to accept. I am willing to tell your story in my blog, keeping you and the perpetrator anonymous. I am willing to talk to people you would like to convince and try to persuade them into considering the truth of your story. If the opportunity to convince a few people carefully selected by you is more appealing than releasing your story on the internet, then I invite you to contact me, 302-990-2346, nearlincoln@hotmail.com. Nearlincoln on Twitter. I'm on Google+. I've got a contact form on my website. Google search Tom Doody. This park closing was unplanned. It's the first time I've been at this park at this time of the evening. I'm going to explain where I am. And I'm also going to comment about this choice. Union City, New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel, 42nd and Bergen Line. This is a small park that is about as big as 3 retail stores. It's behind the retail stores that are on the south side of Bergen Line Avenue between 42nd and 43rd. The glimpse of the park as I was being evicted sort of captures the size. It's some tables, it's some shelter from the rain and the sun, which is one of the reasons I like it. I can see my screen in the daylight. It is also a park, technically, but when one says a park, you might expect to find kids, women in the park. You will find neither in this park. Not that they are overtly prohibited. However, I just haven't seen any. I'm an adult man. I go in sort of feeling unwelcomed myself. If I were an adult woman, I'm sure I would feel less welcome. It's a boys' club, an appropriate place for me to tell this story. This has been Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao. All right, I got an addendum here. Jose Marti Park. Jose Marti is a Cuban. He's a writer. He's a revolutionary. And he is credited probably more than anyone as winning Cubans' independence from Spain.